Chris Martin takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 55.
Top half of the 6th about to get started, and next to bat will be the outfielder Michael Conforto. Bouncer to the left side, and that's through for a base hit.
Hey, another leadoff knock right there. This game has been full of offense, full of traffic on the base pass. Let's see who's going to get that big double in the gap to clear him.
Wilson Ramos will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. A bouncer to the left side. One there. On to Freeman. A double play.
The batter, number 1.
Next up for New York, Ahmed Rosario. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. High in the air out to center field. Inciarte's there. And that ends the inning. Quick work there. Grant Dayton is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 75.
7th inning ready to roll and set to stand in as the veteran pitcher Jacob deGrom. From the stretch. There's the big breaking ball, and it's by him for a strike.
Like that pitch there, lefty on lefty matchup, curveball away to a lefty, smart pitch.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. And here's the former first-round draft choice Brandon Nimmo. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Now here it comes. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Drilled to first. Freeman is up with it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
Now batting, number 6.
Jeff McNeil will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Now the pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. This is on the ground over to first. Freeman's got it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Ronald Acuna will stride in again as he looks to join a very elite list. We take you back to earlier. This was home run number 3 in the ball game as he'll try and join just a select few with 4 home runs in a single game. Darren O'Day has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Ready to begin the 8th, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
The last at bat, Matty B, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
As we near the end of this one, I think it's safe to say that the story of the game has undoubtedly been the long ball. Guys, what do you think about what we've witnessed?
Well, as a former offensive player, I absolutely love it.
Meanwhile here, this ball's given a pretty good ride out to deep left field, and that is going to clear the wall. A home run.
Well, the ball's been flying all over the place this game, but most of the fireworks have come from him. That's his 3rd long ball. What a game.
Now batting, the second baseman, Robinson.
Here's Robbie Cano now. Lifted the other way to left center. Ozuna on the run. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Up next for the Mets, the left fielder, J.D.
Stepping into the box, J.D. Davis. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1. O'Day, a 6'4" right-hander. This is his 12th season in the big league, so he's put together a really nice career to this point.
Yeah, Matty, this guy has had an amazing career. And you know what? It's a testament to how hard he's worked, the changes he's had to make. This is a game of adjustments, and you don't hang around this long if you're not prepared to make some adjustments along the way.
On to Freeman at first. And there are 2 away now.
The right fielder, number 30, Michael.
So digging in now, Michael Conforto. He singled his last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
Well, he's certainly not shy, is he? He goes up there looking to be aggressive and takes a big rip right here. Squares it up and lines it for a double that goes all the way to the wall. Great work out of him.
Wilson Ramos is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. 0-1 count and the pitch. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Acuna's there for it, and that's the 3rd out. Bottom of inning number. Stepping up to the plate, Ahmed Rosario. It was a fly out for him in his last trip.
Ahmed Rosario.
He's set. Here it comes. And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. Sure took a healthy hack that time. 0-1. Here it comes. This is line to left. Ozuna is there. 1 quick out to start inning number 9.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
The batter, the pitcher.
So here now's the pitcher, Jacob deGrom. He went down on strikes last time up. Fouled off. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Hit to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The center fielder, number 9.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Brandon Nimmo. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Hit sharply on the ground. Albies picks it up. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Mets go down 1-2-3. Charlie Culberson will be summoned to pitch. 7-5. How today's comes to an end. New York jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious New York Mets, 7 runs on 14 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. For Atlanta, 5 runs, 12 hits. No errors. They left 12 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 28 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Braves and everyone at Truist Park, we'd like to thank you for attending and remind you to please drive home safely. Thank you.
MLB The Show's Cup. So here's Brandon Nimmo, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0.
First pitch on the clock.
Grounded back up the middle, and that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single.
That's the game plan right there. Elevate the sinker from the offensive standpoint. That's what they talked about in the hitters meeting. And on the flip side, if the pitcher doesn't get that pitch down, there's going to be a call to the pen shortly.
Jeff McNeil is at the plate as he takes a called strike one. And that misses 1-1. Nimmo aboard here at first with nobody out. Popped up. Swanson is under it as he puts it away for out number 1.
Batting third.
Digging in, Pete Alonso, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. He'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. Ball 2.
2-0 to count.
Now the 2-0. A swing and a miss, strike 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Hey, you know in the back of your mind as a batter right here, he's got that nasty sinker. I know it's 0-2, but he might not be looking for the punch out. You have to find a way as a batter to get that two-seamer up in the zone, or you're going to ground into a double play.
Working for the punch out and the offering. And another foul ball. Another one sent foul. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. Cano waits on the first pitch.
Love the homer in the top of the first inning. Give your pitcher a chance to kind of regroup and gather himself with an early lead.
And a slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort. Fouled away. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. J.D. Davis the next at bat.
It's never easy to rebound after serving up a 2-run shot, but that at bat was a good indication to me that he isn't letting it get to him. He went right after him for the strikeout.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Ooh, that's a good pitch to take a hack at right there. Change up in the zone. He'd like to have that one back.
To 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. But the Mets do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. Stepping in, Ronald Acuna. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And the pitch.
The right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And now the Mets will have his terrific speed to contend with right out of the chute.
Batting second.
Ambush tactics right there, but he didn't try and do too much. He stayed in there and just drove it back up the middle.
And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. Nobody out, runner on first. Hit out towards second, and that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Yeah, batting averages are much better 1-0 in a count than they are when the count is even. They opted to go with a pitch out to lead off the at-bat, and it obviously cost him. No real damage done yet, but now they've even got a tougher situation to deal with.
So next up will be Freddie Freeman, and he's looking to make something happen here with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, early in the count, expect him to look for a ball to drive. If he gets 2 strikes against him, he'll need to change his plan and focus on moving the runners up. This game is too close to get greedy.
The next to bat for Atlanta, Marcell Ozuna. Now here's a shot out to right center field.
One team's dream inning is another team's nightmare, right? That's their third hit of this opening inning. This one a double. That's got to have the pitcher pretty upset out there, and the manager wondering how long he's going to go in this one.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. He pulls into second safely as they take the lead with 2 runs scoring on the play.
Sometimes you get off on the wrong foot, and it's hard to get back on the right one. That's the 4th hit he's given up here already in the early going. He's got to find a way to string some outs together, or he's going to be in some deep trouble.
Davis comes on now and puts it away for the second out of the inning. Into the box, Johan Camargo. And now the Braves look to put more across the plate in this opening frame. Swing and a line drive, but this will land foul as he didn't miss by much. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Nimmo will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hole, 0-2.
That front door slider is a devastating pitch. By the time you realize it's in the zone, it's too late, and you can't even put a good swing on it.
Got him to chase out of the zone that time. Michael Conforto goes down to become the first out here in the second inning. Wilson Ramos is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
No strike.
2 balls and no strikes to Ramos.
2-0.
2 balls and a strike. 1 out, nobody on. Sinker misses there, and now he's in trouble. 3-1. On a gift of a swing there. It's 3-2 now. And the payoff pitch. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4. Coming to the plate now, Ahmed Rosario. Back up the middle. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit. Ramos blows through the stop sign, headed for home. They'll score, and the Mets have drawn even. We are knotted at 3.
And that's the chance you take when you lay out for a ball like that. You make the play, and you're a hero on the highlight shows. You miss it, and you're picking yourself up and chasing after it.
And the sinker is over here, and that evens things at 1. Mets pitcher behind at the plate with a ball and 2 strikes. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
The center fielder,
Brandon Nimmo is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
Hey, the way this guy on the mound's been struggling to find the zone, I'm not mad at the guy taking a pitch.
And it's fouled away. 0-2. Here it is. Back up the middle, and that's through for a hit. Notch 1 in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. It's a 4-3 game. He pulls into third safely as they jump ahead with a run scoring on the play. So here's Jeff McNeil as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1.
Well, that's a big at-bat right there. Not only.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. But now a throw from the outfield will get. Leading off the inning, Dansby Swanson, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. This is line to left, but he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out. So the base is empty here with 1 away, and Mike Soroka will bat next. Fly ball out toward left center field. Davis is there, so 2 pitches and 2 outs thus far. Now at the plate, Ronald Acuna. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Racing back the left fielder at the track. And a climbing attempt at the wall, but this ball is gone. So a solo shot here to left center field, as that'll pull him even at 4 apiece.
Yeah, I can remember when leadoff hitters were these little speedy guys who would try to leg out little numbers or draw walks. Well, that time has passed, and guys like this, with pop at the plate, can sometimes go deep as well as anybody in the lineup.
And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies, as he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center. In there, a base hit. Ready for another chance? Freddie Freeman. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. As a look, now the pitch. This is to right field and deep off the bat of Freeman. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. A 2-run blast off the bat of Freddie Freeman, and it's now 6-4.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Nimmo is going to have room out there as he puts this away. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. This is drilled, but right into the shift. That's through for a base hit. He's now 2 for 2 in this one.
And they start the third inning the way they finished off the first 2, doing damage. As we take a look at his numbers, you can see they've had his numbers since the first pitch. If he doesn't buckle down soon, he might have a short outing here.
Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. J.D. Davis will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. Behind 0-2 now.
This hitter right now looks overmatched with a fastball. I think you go right back to it.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. On the move is Ozuna. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
The right fielder, number 30.
Here's the first pitch to him. Michael Conforto stands in as he can't connect here. 0-1. He takes it to the opposite field, high and deep to left. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos.
You don't see this very often over this starting pitcher. This guy's not used to giving up some bombs, so I'm sure that'll be a wake-up call, and he'll start throwing some better pitches.
The throw pulls him off the bag.
As we look again at that double here, you can see that he was thinking, too, right out of the box. Smashed it down the line, and that was some great hustle to beat the throw to second to earn himself a double.
Popped him up. Camargo waits on it. And the inning is over. But the Mets do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the third. Welcome back to Truist Park just outside Atlanta as we send it down to check in with Heidi.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the Braves' offense with their manager, Brian Snitker, during the commercial break. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said they're flat out doing an outstanding job at picking on pitches that they can do something with. And by that, he means pitches inside the strike zone. The numbers definitely back that up as well. Less than 10% of their swings have been at pitches outside the zone. For comparison, the Major League average is somewhere around 30%. Something they want to keep up as this game progresses, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. A ball that's carrying, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. The relay, and he is safe at second base as he legs out a double.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, one hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
So here's Johan Camargo as he lines it out to center. That's in there, base hit. They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound and they are just going to ambush tactics and it seems to work for them, or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting lucky.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. Waiting on it is Nimmo, and that's the second out of the inning. So stepping in, Mike Soroka. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch coming, here it is. Line to the right side, and that's in there, base hit. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with 2 gone.
The right fielder, number 13, Ronald Acuna.
Acuna digs in now. This is line to left. And this is going to plate at least 2 of those runners as it's down for extra bases. The run scores from second. It's now an 8-6 game. The tag, and he's out going for second. That ends the inning. But start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney is standing by with a report.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with the Mets manager to discuss his thoughts on his club's offense so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said they're doing an excellent job with pitch selection, meaning they're swinging at the right pitches and doing damage with them. The numbers back that up. 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Hops this one up. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Here's a pop-up now. Darno is there, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
The batter.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Brandon Nimmo comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Fooled him with that one as he's way out in front.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
6 runs, 7 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. Taken high and deep to right. Acuna going back. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
The batter, number 6.
So 2 are gone in the Mets half of the 4th, and that'll bring in Jeff McNeil. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1.
This could be a huge win for the guy on the mound if he's able to get out of this inning.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Meanwhile now, this ball's trouble as it looks like it'll be good for extra bases. Oh, and he misses it. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Well, the sun was definitely a factor there, but here's the news. The sun rises every day, and as a player, you've got to find a way to deal with it. A glove, flip down, sunglasses, use something so you can catch the ball. Sometimes easier said than done, though.
Oh, this ball is hammered to deep center field. Gone! Here comes the second baseman, Robinson Cano.
The batter, number 2.
As he'll go after a hard sinker that time and falls behind 0-1. No hits to this point. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. 8 runs, 8 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. Got him, and he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. But the Mets do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the Michael Wacha, the right-hander standing 6'6", will take over pitching duties here.
Number 45.
Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And standing in is the power-hitting second baseman, Ozzie Albies. Cano fields it cleanly. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow.
The first baseman, number 5.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
We all know this guy's a real good fastball hitter. We saw how far he could hit one. He got a fastball that he liked, and he turned that thing around, and it got out of here in a hurry.
2 gone now in the Braves' half of the 4th, and that'll bring up big-time RBI man Marcell Ozuna. On to first, and can you believe it? A 3-pitch. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and into bat next will be J.D. Davis. Late that time for a strike.
Although he doesn't use that pitch too much, if he's able to steal some strikes early in the count, could be something they have to think about.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Popped him up. Swanson onto the grass. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
The batter.
Ready to take his hacks again, Michael Conforto, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Behind 0-2 now. Lifted the other way down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. Oh, he may have been a little disoriented there or something. That's going to allow his man to reach first safely. And this will go down as an E5 as you can see the exasperation on his face. Wilson Ramos is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. There's a swing and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Gone! And that will bring in the former top prospect, Ahmed Rosario, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. That just misses off the inside for ball 1. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Acuna coming in, but he's not going to get there, and he's headed for extra bases again. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. Into the box, Michael Wacha. This will come up empty that time on a sinker. It's strike 1.
It's really hard to match up this poor performance when you dive into the numbers. This guy's thrown over 80% of his first pitches for strikes, but he's going to need to have to clean his stuff up a little bit better and get the ball down in the strike zone.
And a good 2-strike swing here as he's been fighting off some tough pitches, but the count will remain at 0-2. And he fouls this one off. Another 0-2 coming. Fouled off. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. Freeman is over now, and he's got it for route number 2. Back to the top of the order now. And ready to bat next, the Wyoming native Brandon Nimmo. No balls and a strike to count. Fouled away. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. But the Mets do. Set now for the bottom of the fifth. And up next, the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
The center fielder, number 11.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Ender Inciarte. He hit a two-bagger and later scored in his previous plate appearance. Oh, how about Cano? Touché, sir.
The batter, the third baseman.
So a runner at third here with one gone. And up next, the utility man, Johan Camargo. Lifted into center field. Waiting on it is Nimmo. Makes the play, and there are two gone now. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And now they've got the runner caught in the hot box as he thought about going home. And he'll try to get back now. New inning set to get underway. And that'll give way to the third baseman, Jeff McNeil. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. Looked like the sinker there dipped a little below the knees. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
We're starting to see a lot more balls from him now, and that's a direct result of him getting hit around pretty good. He's trying to do something different, and it's resulting in him not tacking the strike zone anymore.
High and deep down the left field line. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. Swung on and driven to right, and no doubt about it. And this one is gone. A home run. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Now back, the first baseman.
Just a tick behind for a strike. And it's fouled away. Base is empty here with nobody out. And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far.
Now back, second baseman.
Robinson Cano is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. And the pitch. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys. Only one free pass to this point, but they're still making him work really hard.
So he sets him down swinging. Robinson Cano goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Stepping in now, J.D. Davis. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Hit down the third baseline. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 1 hit, which was the home run. No errors and no one left. We'll see. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. Here comes the first pitch. Hit high and deep to right center. Right fielder giving chase. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Next to hit will be the pitcher, Mike Soroka. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Liner toward right center. But this will not get out there deep enough as it's run down by the right fielder in the alley for the second out. And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. In his last at-bat, he was thrown out trying to stretch a double into a triple. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Boy, talk about having a day, Devo. Gets his 4th knock of the game, but mixed in with one of those 4 was a round tripper. Not a bad day.
Yeah, you have 5, maybe a handful of games that you can throw out 4 knocks throughout the course of the year. Add in a tater to go with it. He's smiling. His food's going to taste better tonight.
There he goes. In there. Now the throw is not close as he's in there with a stolen base.
Good steal there, and I'll tell you, he is a multi-dimensional player out there. He's got good pop at the plate, and he showed he's not afraid to use his wheels on the bases either.
To your point, Dan, he did go deep earlier, and now the stolen base here, so he's really having an impact on this game. That's in there. Base hit. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
The first baseman, number 5.
Dero, not a bad night. 3 singles, but hey, you'll take 3 for 4 every day of the week.
Yeah, there's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. And that one is gone. So a 3-run blast to deep center here. His 2nd home run of the game, and they've taken a 1-run lead. This has been quite a hitting display from both sides. That's home run number 8 on the day.
Dan, they're absolutely not going to cover off the ball. I'm curious to get your take on this. I didn't find it to be the truth. I didn't mind hitting at night. But a lot of guys say they see the ball better during the day.
You know what's funny, Dero, is I prefer...
Here's another one that's drilled. This one to left. Out of here. Back-to-back home runs, and they've taken the lead. Solo shot here to left, and they've taken a 1-run lead. Here's the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. He swings and sends it on a line to right center. And this is going to find the gap for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. This one for extra bases. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
I think they're way past due changing their approach to this guy. Whatever they're doing strategy-wise, it's not working. That's his 3rd double of the game, so he's feeling pretty good at this one.
Ender Inciarte will be the next to bat. On to first, and it's in time as they're finally able to retire him. So it's all set for the start of the inning, and up next, the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Behind 0-2 now. Here's a swing, and oh, man! Way out of here. A solo home run there for Michael Conforto. His 2nd of the game, and we are tied again. And that'll bring up Wilson Ramos. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. No outs, nobody on. Popped up. Swanson moving to his left. Makes the play, 1 away.
The bat, number 1.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ahmed Rosario stands in as he looks at a called strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good. Jed Lowry will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. Hit to third. Camargo's got it over to Albies. Relay to Freddie, double play, and that'll end the inning. Brad Brock gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home seventh. Last half of the seventh here, and set to go as the third baseman, Johan Camargo.
The third baseman.
First offering on its way. Now a swing and a fly ball. And it's a foul ball. Oh, 0-1, here it comes. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So that's how they'll start out their half of the seventh inning.
Hey, guys, he was obviously trying to bury that slider down and in. Nice execution by the batter right there, keeping his hands inside and fighting it off for a nice base hit.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game.
These guys are in perfect position to break through right here and to take the lead. There is without question nothing tougher than back-to-back singles. You don't know if they're going to bunt. You don't know. They can do they have so many options at their disposal right now.
He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, that hit him. Let's hope he's okay. Throw gets him, so they are able to get an out on an unusual play. And hopefully the pitcher's okay. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. Fastball at the letters, and he turns on it, hits it high and deep out to center field. He gets under it and makes the catch in the deep part of the field. And they've got the runner trapped in a hot box between second and third now. Over now, they'll apply the tag between second and third. It's a And here's the former first-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. The pitch. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And as Mets fans have heard before, that ball's out of here. Jeff McNeil will be the next to take a turn, as he'll take a look at ball one. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Laid off, but a called strike as that caught the outside. The 1-1 home.
I'm seeing all the signs of fatigue right now. This is when you really have to bear down mentally as a pitcher.
Won't go after the 2-1 sinker, and it's 3 balls and a strike now.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Lifted down the line in left, and that will end up a foul ball. That's lifted the other way out to left. On the move is Ozuna. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. Here's the pitch.
Hey, great job pounding his own strike one. When you got a great hitter in the box, you got to get ahead.
Oh, and now meanwhile, this ball is cranked out to straightaway center field, and this one is going to leave the yard. It's a home run. Here's Robbie Cano now.
The batter, number
0-1 the count. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Inciarte will range to his left and put it away. 2 down.
Now batter, the left fielder.
Here comes the first pitch. J.D. Davis is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike. 2 out, nobody on. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. Hit in the air down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. The 1-2. And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one. Dylan Betances is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 68.
At the plate, Ozzie Albies, 3 for 4 so far and seeing it well in this ball game. Line shot to first, and there's one away.
The first baseman, number 5. Freddie.
Striding in, Freddie Freeman has gone deep twice in the game, making him 2 for 4.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at bat, his second home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. First offering on its way. On the ground to the left side. Scooped up. On to first, and they don't come any easier than that. Now at the plate, Michael Conforto. He's 2 for 4 in the ballgame.
The right fielder, number 30.
Popped him up.
Michael
Camargo in foul ground. And no one will get this one. The windup and the 0-1. Pulled toward right center field. Chasing after it is Inciarte. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Ramos.
Now at the plate, Wilson Ramos. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. First pitch coming. Here it is. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, but it bends just foul into the second deck. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. That one tied him up. Hit sharply but foul down the right side. 1 out, nobody on. And he fouls this one off. Fouled off. The 0-2 once more. Line drive to center field. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Hey, this guy's obviously seeing the ball right now. That's another hard hit single. 3 for 4 right there. He's looking super solid at the plate.
Standing in now, Ahmed Rosario. Freeman camps under it, and he's got it for route number 2. Dominic Smith will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. Fouled away. 2 out with a man at first. Popped him up. And Darno will make the catch, and that ends the inning. Edwin Diaz takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. This is hit high and deep out to left. Gone!
That, my friends, is a cardinal sin for any closer. You can't give up the long ball. Good thing for him, he still has the lead. We'll see now if he can rebound and actually keep it.
Bounce towards the mound. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Stepping in, Johan Camargo. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Back up the middle. That's through a base hit, and he's got his 3rd hit of the game.
Well, this is where the manager makes his money right there. Nice at bat. Now it's a question of whether or not he pinch runs. Dan, as a pitcher, did it make you a little nervous when a guy had jets on the base paths?
Oh, no doubt about it. This is a very difficult spot. You're 1 hit away from getting right back into this game and tying this game up. You're going to have to really think about putting somebody on first that might be able to score on a ball in a gap.
Dansby Swanson is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Has a look, now the pitch. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Looking up is the left fielder. Ball game! 2-run shot to straightaway left. And with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
Wow, everybody wants to be a hero and hit one of those walk-off game-winning home runs. So you know right now when he's getting mobbed by his teammates, he has to feel awfully good.
Every game has its offensive stars, and in this one, he arguably shined the brightest. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, just a great all-around performance from him at the plate, as the stats indicate. Ended up with 4 hits, including a home run.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today, we've got a good matchup in store. So here's Brandon Nimmo, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Leading off to the net, the center fielder, number 9, Brandon Nimmo.
Here's the first pitch to him. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Line to the right side. Acuna is there, and he'll bring this one in. So the bases are empty with one man gone. And that'll bring in Jeff McNeil. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Ozuna giving chase. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
That is third.
Into the box now, Pete Alonso. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. And gone. An absolute bomb. Digging in, Robinson Cano.
What a way to get things started while playing on the road. Top of the first and a big fly. Just like that, they take the lead.
Swing and a miss, 0-1. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Woody Keller.
Woody Keller, this is my nightmare. He likes to call the pitch above the zone, above the belt. I know guys say those are the pitches that go deep, but I'm telling you, if you're calling that high strike, it opens up a lot of room for the pitcher.
I agree with you, D-Roll. That's a tough pitch to get on top.
The throw is wild, and he gets away.
That